Hi there, I'm Senior Chief Brian Nichols from the U.S. Coast Guard Band. I'm a French horn player, and we're going to talk about warm-ups. Before we start into actual playing, I wanted to give you my concept of what it means to warm up on an instrument, and I kind of take a page from sports, athletics, physical education, and what you would do if you were just getting ready for a PE class. And I know that your coaches would have you stretch out, they'd have you warm up your arms, your legs, get everything limbered up, maybe do some light running before you actually get into whatever that physical activity is. And so I kind of take the same approach with the instrument, that we don't want to jump right in and play high, and we don't want to play loud right away. We want to get there eventually. And the best way to do that is to slowly get into warming up these lips. The first thing I do is just some free buzzing without the instrument and mouthpiece at all. Something easy. And I'll do things like that, just kind of getting around the range on my lips for probably 3 to 5 minutes. The next thing I'll do is I'll take the mouthpiece by itself and we'll kind of amplify that sound, which will also allow us to go a little bit higher and lower. And again, I'll spend probably 3 to 5 minutes doing something like that, just buzzing on the mouthpiece. So before I ever actually play the horn, I've been buzzing on my lips or on the mouthpiece for 6 to 10 minutes. Once I do start playing the horn, I pick a note that's right in the middle, really easy to play, and an easy dynamic. So I go with middle C, and I'm going to play about a mezzo piano, and I'll do a couple different things that I switch back and forth. I do kind of feel like warm-ups can be really boring, so we need to keep them interesting. So I'll kind of rotate between a variety of different things. So one of them is like this. And then I'll go down by half steps. And I'll do that going down bit by bit by bit as low as I can possibly go on the instrument. And for all of you, that's going to be a different note, but you go as low as you can. To keep it interesting, sometimes I'll do this one. Again, the idea is to pick a very small range in an easy part of the instrument to play, easy dynamic, and we're just working our way lower and lower and lower to kind of get this ready to play. Once I get down as low as I can, I start there and I start working my way back up higher than I started. So for all of you, it's going to be different. I'm just going to randomly pick a note. We'll say F below middle C is something that most middle and high school kids should be able to do. And we're working our way up now. Now, if you are able to play lower on the instrument, you should start that exercise as low as you can, as low as you ended the first exercise, and then come all the way back up. I end this one once I get into the treble clef, and then I change it up. Once I'm in the treble clef, this is the first time I've been in the treble clef today, I do a different exercise. It could go something like this. And then I go a little bit higher, so this is A flat. If at any point you feel like it's just getting a little too high for you, don't go higher than that. Again, we don't want to be at a point where it's straining this early in our warm-up so that we're actually hurting ourselves. At the end of your warm-up, is when you want to be reaching the high end of your dynamic or range level. Excuse me, get some water in here. So after I do something that's kind of easy in the treble clef, I'll go back down and do something low. So one of the ones I do might be some arpeggios, and you should start this wherever you're comfortable. I'm going to start on pedal C. If you can play that low, the second note of this arpeggio, and this is all open horn, no thumb, the second note of this arpeggio is going to be third valve. If you can't play that low, start your arpeggios a little bit higher. And if you can only do an octave arpeggio, that's fine. Again, the idea is that you're tailor-making a warm-up to you, to your ability level, but it is also pushing your limits as far as what you're able to do. By the end of the warm-up, you should be doing things that are a little bit challenging. So after I do something that's on the low end, again, I'm rotating back and forth between higher and lower so we can really let the embouchure get ready for the day's playing without shocking it too much. I'll do another treble clef exercise. Maybe this one might be like a chromatic. And going up. Sometimes I do these, those were a chromatic to the third of a scale. Sometimes I do them to the fifth of a scale, and you could do them slower, that's fine. I wouldn't want to go above G at the top of the staff if you're comfortable with that. If you're not, make your ceiling third space C or D, whatever works for you. And then I would come back and I'd do something on the low end again. And this is rotational as far as concept. We want to do high and low, so that it really allows the embouchure to just ease into playing. For those of you who are a bit more advanced, one of the exercises I do at the end of my warm-up, after I've been playing for close to 25 minutes, goes well above the top of the treble clef. And this is one where I would start on pedal G, and that's not pedal G, sorry, G below middle C. And normally we would finger that open, but for this exercise I finger it first and third valve, and I do a 2-octave gliss up and a 2-octave gliss down, trying to catch every note in between, really keep the air flowing. And then I go up by half steps. And I'll do that up to C above the staff, or if I'm really feeling great, I'll even go beyond that. And this is really to stretch the limits of what your embouchure is used to doing, but again, only after having played for quite a while that day, so you're not shocking the system. I hope this has given you some ideas on how to approach warm-up and some things you might be able to do for yourself to create interesting things to do, and best of luck.